So I was having a very interesting conversation with a client, and we were talking about depth, we were talking about layers. And so she was going into betrayal and pain and sadness. And she was speaking to, but I've gone so deeply into this. I've explored this at such great depth. I don't know if I can keep going. And then I mentioned something about at times going too deep into oneself, going too deep into our own psyche and our own emotional body, and at times being too confronting. Her response was, is there such a thing as going too deep? Isn't it endless or infinite? And I said, yes, it is. There are so many layers to our depth, to who we are as people. There are so many moving parts to who we are that I don't think we'll ever unpack all of us. But let me explain by what I meant when I said too deep. It's not so much too deep, it's too deep, too often, too fast. Let me elaborate. Sometimes we need reprieve. We need space from traversing the depth of our pain or our suffering or our wounding or even our joy. Sometimes we just need reprieve from intensity, from the intense substance that is us. And so when we give ourselves reprieve, when we purposely have fun, create lightness in our lives, when we really take a break from going too deep, too often, too quick, we give ourselves contrast. We learn the best through contrast. We give ourselves perspective. In that perspective, we realize, we develop revelation, we develop an acute understanding and awareness of who we are. We are able to traverse then our depth with greater efficacy. We are able to unpack the layers of who we are with less stress, less tension, more openness, more connection to our truth. So too much depth, it's not that it doesn't exist. We will always unpack. We'll open one door, another one will open. Knowledge and wisdom is infinite. The depth of being that is us, this human experience, this spiritual experience that is us, this emotional, psychological, relational experience that is us, it is continuous. But if we go and explore our depth and who we are too quick and too often, without reprieve, without balance, without harmony and contrast, we get lost in the sea of that. It becomes confusing, it becomes debilitating, and it becomes more painful. So as you're exploring yourself, as you are exploring the depths of who you are in the world, in relation to you, in relation to your past, in relation to others, just give yourself some reprieve. Have some fun and lightness in your day. Watch something funny on YouTube. Go for a walk in nature. Write some poetry. Read something. It doesn't always have to be effort and work. Yes, effort and work is important, but we need the balance point and the contrast in order to really absorb the wisdom from all of that. Power and blessings to you. I'll see you soon.